back, everybody. We are here at the LCK regional qualifiers for the Korea region. Of course, we just got done with game number 1. Afreeca did take the win after the comeback victory, actually, showing that today they do look like the better team, but we're expecting KT to potentially mix things up in this series. We'll see if Smeb ever goes down to the support role, if anything like that does change. But either way, KT do have decision here on the side selection. I'm with Wadid today. What were your thoughts after game number 1, Wadid?
I'm glad that I have no POG votes today. So, I'm fine with it. And, there is change on the top side. Sohwan is in, and also Kuro is in the mid lane. It's really interesting that they are changing their laners on the top side.
How about the bottom lane? How about...
Smeb is out, so...
Nope, no change on the support role that we could see.
He was underperforming on the bot side, especially with Alistar, so I want to see more the pick that he prepared for this regional qualifier. And, even in ban picks, they gave up Nautilus, which is ban's most comfort pick for him, and just picking into it, it was not high quality support that I was expecting from Tushin. So I'm wondering what he's thinking and what team is thinking right now. So we'll see what will bring the change with these substitutions.
Yeah, absolutely. And there wasn't much focus on the support side with the pick ban. There were 5 or 6 AD carries banned, actually 5 by the side of KT, and still Aiming and Mystic were able to have some pretty good games after all of that. So it's obvious where the focus is, and we saw that Mystic was able to carry a little bit better in that one, but definitely a team effort. We were highlighting, of course, Keen and Spirit alongside of Mystic. And it turns out no POG, actually, because this is best of 5s, playoff-esque style with the qualifier. And so we can talk about who we think is the player of the game, but there won't be any official one, maybe a player of the series. Not even sure about that one, because, again, there is another step after this one to go up against T1 in the next best of 5.
Oh, yeah. And I'm wondering if, they're going to look for... kind of late game style on the bot side again, because they banned 5 AD carries, right? So maybe Azrael could be the better choice. But if you want to play Azrael, then I think more aggressive style support is way more better for Azrael, because bot lane prio matters a lot right now with the mid lane prio, because I really feel like strong teams are not caring about the Drake tempo, but more about the header tempo, right? And the bot lane priority matters a lot when it comes to first header. So I think I'm wondering if they are gonna look for defensive support again with Tushin in the game 2. And I don't think it's gonna work that well though, because of what he performed, what he showed up in game 1.
Yeah, he certainly looked weak on the Alistar. We need to see something else, I think. Some other kind of pick, regardless of what it is. We saw that he was thinking about many different choices as well. He hovered over the Bard. There was another one that he hovered over, I'm forgetting now.
Leona.
But he eventually ended up... Yeah, Leona, that's right. But then he ended up on the Alistar after all of that. And he wasn't able to do much aggressively or defensively. And so... that's why I was almost expecting Smeb to be coming in for the support role for game 2, but not going to be the case just yet.
Yeah, it's BO5, so maybe that can be the change again. And I just want to see if Smeb is actually preparing support right now, because if that is actually the card for KT, then Smeb could definitely just play one game on support right now in solo queue. Just waiting for game 3,
True.
So
just to make sure, just in case they need him to be ready. And again, it wasn't all about Tucson, but certainly that was one of the pieces that didn't fit really well in the puzzle for that game. So Either way, it'll be interesting to see what they do decide on here. I'm curious about Kuro. Note that UCal also did get subbed out. So Sohan is in for Smeb, Kuro is in for UCal, and we'll have to wait and see what kind of different bans come in against those players, because we saw both Azir and TF banned against UCal. Yeah. Will they respect Kuro and some of the picks that he's able to bring out? Will they respect Sohan? And he's played so many games of Kennen. I think that's one of the other picks that you may want to consider. But again, Kennen's kind of fallen out of the meta. So it'll be interesting to see what both teams decide in game number 2.
I mean, Kuro is known as best supportive mid laner in LCK. So I think he can bring up some TSM's strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, Bjergsen showed up with the great supportive mid laners and like supported pretty well on the top side. So that's why they won just last night, right? So I mean, I think Kuro can just like adapt it into KT right now. And yeah, as you mentioned, Sohan played pretty well when he was out. So I mean, I'm expecting something like a Camille TF, like those kind of proactive picks and mainly focused on the top side, because yeah, I mean, as we know, KT's bot side is not performing well. Like both players also aiming. His Ezreal's positioning in the early game skirmishes was not that like clean, right? So I think like those like unstable situations on the bot side is like not they want to have with their picks, right? So I think this substitution can like bring a lot of positive changes right now, and it seems like the game is delayed a little bit, right?
Yeah, certainly feels that way. I'm taking a look at Sungke, who seems like he's getting some kind of update as to potentially what the issue might be, and we are getting. Okay, so it's the sub players, the setting up time is taking a little bit longer than expected. So just waiting for Kuro and Sohan to settle in, set up all their settings and, of course, their gear, and make sure that they're ready to go into this game. But yeah, I mean, it was interesting to see, again, Keen go up against the Malphite and still have fantastic play later on in the game. And I think Smeb on the Malphite, that's one way to try to neutralize him in lane. But Sohan is definitely another player that is not scared to bring out the spears. A lot of the Korean players talk about, the spear versus the shield. And I think he's a player that will play like an Aurelia or a Kennen or something that's willing to go, sword to sword with Keen. And honestly, I don't know if that's a good idea. Because Keen is just so good. I'm not sure... what do you think, Wadid?
I think he can bring up some Jace and Camille. I mean, because Kuro is in, top lane is not about only 1v1, right? So I think Kuro can bring up some great change for KT. But at the same time, worldwide, meta, like top lane meta is more about shields, right? With Ornn and Chen, those kind of supportive champions. Maybe some Renekton's, but it seems like they're kind of slow coming into just bring up some new metas, and I don't think it's great news for them because it's World's regional qualifier, right? And right after this, they need to go compete against the world teams. So I think I want to see some more of like meta picks on the top side, not like they're like coin flipping just for this moment, right?
Yeah, true. Because you can coin flip all you want, and maybe you steal a couple of games away and make it through, but then you're going up against T1. And yes, Afreeca were able to take the victory over T1 the last time, but I think in a best of 5, and with T1 preparing a bit more, even so, because of the loss before, I'm sure they're going to come in really strong for that best of 5, if it's against Afreeca or against KT. So, again, this is kind of like, who is going to be the underdog against T1? That's what we're deciding today. Like, who's going to have the honor of going up against T1 and trying to take away a chance at going into Worlds? But so far, it does look like Afreeca is on a little bit of better form, at least based on game 1. But the draft was interesting. It was a little bit off meta, and I think we could see some different scenarios, let's say, for games 2 and 3.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I want to see more support picks from Ben as well because I mean his Nautilus is good, right? Everyone knows and everyone respect that pick. That's why most of the teams are just banning Nautilus against Afreeca Freecs. But this time around they just opened because they need to ban all the AD carries. And it seems like the game is gonna start soon right now.
Yeah, we did get the word that should be both the sub players coming in and set up by now. So looks like we are ready, guys, to jump into draft for game number 2. This time KT with side selection will select blue. So we're probably just going to be swapping sides every game unless something drastic happens and one of the teams wants to switch something up.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens here in this draft.
Blue side seems a little better because you can build up so many things with the first pick. For example, there is not like top 1 AP pick in the jungle side. For example, there is Lilia, Nidalee. You can pick either way, like what matchup you want to play. So like it seems like blue side is a little bit better when it comes to comparing the win rate about the side. And Afreeca Freecs decides to ban Lily on the red side.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Of course, they first picked it on blue, which, again, was cool to see. They definitely have a lot of faith and spirit to pilot that champion very well, but the fact that they think it's so good that they don't want to give it to the side of KT is quite interesting, as Caitlyn seems to be the obvious last ban. She is quite strong right now. I don't think we're going to see much of her in this series.
So are they going to first pick Nidalee? That's my question. Otherwise, Afreeca Freecs is just going to pick up with potentially with Renekton as well. So there is some caution. Okay.
All right, there it is. It's going to be locked in.
It's pretty interesting because there is 2 picks, right? Senna and Ashe. So I was expecting Nidalee first pick from KT side, but it seems like we are a little bit lagged, but it's okay, guys. Everything is fine.
Okay, we made it through, and yeah, Senna comes in and immediately Keen slaps down Lucian, and they're gonna go for Volibear here. So we're not looking at the Renekton Nidalee style. We're looking at solo lane Lucian most likely with Volibear as kind of just the strong, stable jungler for Afreeca. Very strong in the early game, especially.
Yeah, I mean, if Afreeca Freecs picked up Nidalee and Renekton and Ashe at the same time, I would say they want the draft. But it seems like they're just preferring Lucian because of the flex potential. But yeah, I guess they're just picking up Wukong because it's better matchup on the top side. But again, they can flex it. And I'm wondering if Fly is able to pull off this Lucian on the mid lane.
You know, I'm not sure about that one. You were talking about flex pick, and I'm like, maybe Keen and Mystic.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Fly, he's a great control mates player. There's a reason why they banned away his Orianna here for game 2. But I'm not sure about his Lucian. But maybe I'll be proven wrong. Who knows? As looks like Ezreal might be the choice here for Mystic.
Actually, what if they put Keen on the mid lane and just put Fly top orb?
Whoa.
I think it can be really great strategy for Afreeca Freecs, by the way.
You know, imagine Keen in the mid lane.
Oh yeah.
That just sounds scary in general. Then you give him like a kind of a flexy into a good matchup up against Kuro's, kind of like a control maze player at the same time. I like that idea, actually. I wonder if Afreeca will see it.
I mean, Fly is really great on the control champions like Ornn and Galio, those kind of champions, right? So, I mean, he can definitely play topside as well. So, but maybe it's not happening for this regional qualifier. And it seems like Spirit is preferring Volibear more than Nidalee. And it can be risky at the same time because obviously Nidalee is, I mean, Nidalee has better jungling than Volibear. So if you cannot catch up some moments with the ganking potential, then you're gonna just slowly losing the game against Nidalee, right? So I want to see like what they want to build up around the mid jungle, because it seems like most likely Keen's Lucian on the top lane, right?
Yeah, I think that is most likely for sure. And we're going to see probably support be picked here and then keep that Lucian flex. Ben, we talked about his Nautilus, that's banned this game.
Oh.
Will he just go into the Gragas? That can certainly mix things up.
Mid lane.
With its cask.
It's gonna be mid lane Gragas, right? From
You think so?
Fly? Yeah, I mean, why not? A lot of players played mid lane Gragas, and it seems like you just wanna have a like easy lanes, and I think mid Gragas is one of the pick that you can just go through the laning phase. So I think it's okay.
Okay, we'll see. I mean, that certainly, as you mentioned, can be pretty safe from Fly. It looks like Azir is going to be coming out here for Kuro, who he has played his fair share of Azir, but not the most, hasn't had the most wins on that champion compared to some of his other stuff. And Yasuo comes out.
So wait, is it Senna?
Let's break it down.
Is it Senna, Yasuo bot lane, or Senna, Wukong
Yep.
bot lane, and Yasuo topside for Sohwan? Or I don't know, man. I mean, it's most likely Senna, Yasuo bot lane. Oh,
this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And you were right about the mid Gragas. Here comes Taric. He's like, well,
yeah, I mean, Yasuo cannot block Taric's abilities, and it seems like they are more about all-ins, right?
Yeah, I mean, you consider Wukong knock-up, Yasuo having fun,
Wait.
Azir knock-up, Yasuo having fun, backup from Nidalee and Senna. Certainly,
So it's aiming
Taric
Yasuo.
Ultimate can be so good against that.
It's aiming Yasuo and Tushin support Senna on the bot lane. Wow, this is interesting. I mean,
This is
I mean,
not what I expected.
yeah, I mean, I don't think they're gonna synergize well when it comes to 2v2 or even 3v3 with Nidalee jungle, because there is no airborne for Yasuo, right? I mean, if they go for the team fight, they have Azir and Wukong, but it's all about laning phase, right? And this Mystic and Ban is gonna have easy timing in coming into the laning phase. So I mean, we'll see what they prepared, but this is really spicy, and it's game 2. If they lose this game, it's gonna be 2-0 for Afreeca Freecs.
Yeah, after bringing out your Yasuo composition, right? That I don't know if they have any more tricks up their sleeve, to be honest. It's definitely something we haven't seen in quite a while here in the LCK. And Aiming says, well, I'm throwing caution to the winds. Let's see what can happen here. As, I don't know. This is going to be really interesting. As you mentioned, I think they're going to be looking to just stop the bleeding early and try to get to those Wombo Combo team fights later on in the game. And it's going to be up to Afreeca to try to neutralize that exactly. As here we go. Down into the bottom lane goes the Yasuo as we start up game 2.
I mean, it's good against Ezreal AD carry. I mean, you might know this information, but I'm not sure if it's combined with Taric right now, because Taric loves to play against melee champions, right? And
Yeah.
it prevents the all-in from Yasuo as well. So I think that was really smart choice by Ben, but at the same time, we can like put the question mark on his master race on this champion, because most likely when we expect from Ben, when he was not playing Nautilus, his performance was way worse. So it can be really coin flip for Afreeca Freecs as well. And also, there is Gragas mid lane, which is not normal. And oh yeah, this is happening, by the way. Kin mid lane.
It's actually happening.
I told
you!
you!
You called you nailed this draft, Wadid. I mean, you just you saw it through and through. Really got to give you props, and it's really happening. I mean, Fly is going to go top with teleport Gragas and just try not to die, and technically a shield, right? You can go for the tanky Gragas. I don't know if he's going to be going for any kind of like AP build. We'll have to wait and see. Did take Scorch, which is pretty interesting up against the Wukong. But either way, here comes Bono into the jungle as well really early on. It looks like Spirit's going to get over the wall right away and spot this one.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to a smite fight. We saw this before. You remember the finals.
Keen is here.
Keen is here, and so is the rest of Afreeca, trying to just burst down Bono. He has to flash away. Mystic's still getting to work, and Bono will just have to dash out of there. So kind of an awkward start for Bono now, because Bono started red straight into enemy blue, and he had to blow his flash on top of that. So the Nidalee just going to be a bit absent from this early game.
Yeah. Some small trades right now.
Yeah, Mystic taking a ton of damage, actually has to flash away from that one, and aiming is just putting on a masterclass down on the bottom side. Blue's exhaust for that one, but I mean, you'll always take that trade for the enemy flash. And the exhaust did get used at some point during both of those fights. So definitely some good looks here, at least from the bottom lane of KT.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's exhaust plus heal against the TP and exhaust on the bot side, so KT is just using their pressure in the early game. But as you mentioned, Bono, his jungling is kind of messed up.
No flash here for Bono. The flash comes in from Spirit. Pretty easy setup. Where is his team, though? Trying to flash the wall. Ben is going to get there, and that's first blood over the side of Afreeca. Going the way of Volibear, and here comes the teleport from the top lane. Aiming and Tucson, a really awkward spot. Yasuo, though, is going to get away. Tucson not even going to bother to blow his flash there, as now Afreeca take the over 1,000 gold lead after taking down 2 kills plus the first blood down in the bottom river.
So because of the lane swap, because Keen being on the mid lane, Lucian could have early game prior, so that helped out Volibear in the early game, and top of that, like, he helped out the bot lane skirmishes again because of the mid prior. So this strat is working out for Afreeca Freecs right now pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Keen mid lane, by the way.
Keen mid lane, and also, oh man, this is just, you know, Nidalee, you talked about a little bit of risk that can come in, and certainly Bono did go for some of those risks, really trying to get ahead. And that is the kind of player that Bono is, and you can see, even after blowing his flash, he doesn't have much vision. He just gets shut down by Spirit, and a really nice flashy play from Ben.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think he should have just coin flip the blue buff with the abilities that he got before, because I mean, he should know that he had no mid lane prior, right? So I was expecting him to just coin flip just 50-50 the blue buff, but he didn't take that. And also after that, there was no like right to take that bot scuttles, but it seems like he's just emotional, I guess. But he shouldn't be emotional, right? I mean, like, because of that, KT lost so much for the early game, while KT's bot lane is finally performing well in the laning phase.
Yeah, I think after you blow your flash and do not take the opponent's blue, you should probably not be looking for risky scuttle crabs when you don't have priority. So we'll chalk it up to that. We'll hope that Bono can try to turn it around here after a shaky beginning to this game. At least he's keeping up in terms of farm, as a Nidalee should. And it's just a little bit of a lead, but definitely that 1 kill on Keen is very scary. He's already getting some nice gold in his pockets, alongside of Spirit getting a really fantastic early start. He's also gone Predator Volibear, and if you've got like a fed early boots start with the Volibear, he can just wreak havoc on so many of these lanes.
Yeah, I mean, I actually didn't check before, but Keen actually picked up Corrupting Pole for his first item. So that helped early game prior as well. So, I mean, those small details was helping Afreeca Freecs a lot. So, yeah, that was really great strat by Afreeca Freecs. But because of the bot prior and because of the tempo that KT have on the mid lane right now, they are getting first Drake. Yeah, the objective control KT, they're doing it right, but is it okay? Because they lost with the 3 Drakes last game as well. So, I mean, a lot of strong teams, strong top teams are showing that Drake tempo is not great insurance right now in this meta. So, it's more about header on the top side.
Yeah, you would have to have, you know, a very specific composition to, you know, really love the early Cloud Drake that comes out here from the side of KT. It's definitely not going to be game deciding.
No.
I think is what we're both agreeing on, but at least they're doing that. We'll see what happens here with the Herald. As you can see that Spirit, rather than try to, you know, go in there and foolishly contest the Drake with all that Bob Prio, he just goes ahead, clears out the rest of his jungle mostly, and was looking for a play there in mid lane. He's now level 6, as is Bono, and just looking to clear out some vision around that Herald I was talking about.
Oh yeah, I mean, their bot side vision control is fantastic from KT. So I think they can just keep snowball and keep shove in on the bot side. But I think Afreeca Freecs is fine as well because KT has melee champions, they cannot hit the turret enough, so the plate is not gonna snowball for the KT side. And also they have Azure Taric, which is such a great late game tool, so they're not in hurry again. Like just what happened in game 1. They're just waiting for their timing.
Yeah, no rush for sure. And you can see that Bono here is going to get started. Spirit, though, running on through, and Keen able to push it here. So everybody's got their eyes on this. The Predator will be used.
He's going to be 5v5
by Spirit. Yeah, everybody's running up here, literally, on this map. Spirit, I don't think you want to just run straight in there, as there are 4 members of KT aiming in a pretty awkward spot. Keen able to zone him away, but the Rift Herald is going to go the way of Bono, but he will lose his life for it. Follow up here onto Soan. Perfect stun out of Ben. This guy has been pretty insane a couple of times in a row as the follow-up comes in from the side of Spirit over the wall. And they will also pick off Soan. So 2 kills go the way of Afreeca, but the Rift Herald at least was picked up here by KT.
No, they couldn't.
Actually, no, they didn't pick it up.
They couldn't.
Well, they got the kill, but they didn't get the eye, so that's really unfortunate, actually, for the side of
I mean,
KT.
Drake is not important, as I mentioned, so the header was the point, and Afreeca Freecs, they knew it, so they wanted to contest it as a 5-man, and that was really great play by Fly on the top side with Gragas. That made a huge difference in this team fight. I think it was really great flash engage on Bono.
Yeah, I mean, really good start there. You can see he just bops Bono down. Sohan gets stunned by the perfect dazzle. And watch Fly with a 3-man body slam, able to follow up and pick that one up. So Fly in the top lane, imagine that. Gives the Teemo thumbs up on his way past the eye of the Herald.
Yeah, I mean,
and says, you're not picking that one up, buddy.
I want to see this more, actually. Like, just Fly putting on the top side with even Ornn pick. I mean, he's really great Ornn player as well, right?
Yeah,
and
sure.
He's actually doing such a great job on the top side this time as well with Gragas.
And Keen is an insane laner.
Insane mid laner.
You can pick so many like mechanically difficult but, you know, lane prio mid laners for Keen. And just, you know, put him on Lucian. You can put him on Camille. You know, who knows? I mean, this guy can play pretty much anything. So the possibilities are kind of endless. We'll see if they do continue going for this, or if this is just a one-off for this game.
Yeah, maybe because of the Lucian pick and the matchup that they have on the top side, maybe this is this bandage strat for this game. But yeah, I love this. It's more stable and more impactful for superstar player in Afreeca Freecs.
And then imagine, you know, we already have such a insane mid lane lineup.
Oh yeah.
Imagine adding Keen to that. It's like, okay, well, I think I know which region has the best mid laners now that Keen's there. As going in, he's gonna line it up perfectly. Not gonna get the kill, but this is what we're talking about, man. This guy can shut down pretty much any lane. And again, he is 2-0, so that will help him out. Kuro is actually doing a really nice job of keeping up in terms of the CS, but still, I'm getting pretty excited for this for this role swap.
Oh yeah.
Potential.
And this is Muramana Lucian. Last time Yukol showed up, just crit Lucian on the mid lane. But this time around, Kayn is following the meta. And I think this one is better on stage. Maybe not in solo queue, but on stage I think this is so much better.
Why is that? What do you think are the like really intricate differences between those two?
Because in solo queue, game decides in 3 minutes, and like you cannot expect maximum damage of Lucian with a Manamune build, right, in the early game. But on stage, you can control your teammates, right? You can control what timing that you want to fight. So Muramana is fitting pretty well in the team game.
Yeah, you can sit back, wait, scale up a bit, and not just have your teammates, your jungler, just go in and into level 1 or anything like that.
I mean,
so
yeah, for example,
it helps.
You can say, oh, by the way, I have tier and I have Manamune just right now, so let's not take the fight and just take it slow because I'm gonna have great late game. But if you say it in solo queue, then they're gonna not care about it, right? Like, oh, I don't care, I'm just going in.
I play Xin Zhao. Or no, more accurately, I play Lee Sin. I am going into the enemy jungle. I don't care what is going on with my team. But I digress, as we do have the Infernal Drake available here. You see that Afreeca, they're hanging around, but they're not really being super pushy about it. They're not like, okay, this is our Drake, get the hell out of here, or anything like that. They're just kind of denying it for now from KT, waiting for a better moment. Here they come in now. Spirit is going to eat a spear.
Yeah, but there is no reason to Afreeca Freecs to avoid this fight because Azure got some item, he tip it back, and also there is Volibear Taric with the mid lane prior, so it will be the fight here.
Yeah, here we go. Keen is just so scary. Level 10 coming in. And Mystic from the backside, always threatening it. He's going to find Sohan as it will go the way of KT, but they're looking for some kills. That is a massive true shot barrage coming out from the Ezreal, and everybody's going to be cleaned up. It's only aiming and Sohan left available, as looks like they may look to turn this one around. Spirit having trouble with his pathing right now. That was pretty unfortunate, but still looking for the kill here onto Sohan. The Dazzle is going to sail wide, and so they will not pick up that extra kill. But 3 kills on top of that one will go the way of Afreeca, and they're going to get even more on top of that.
Afreeca Freecs looks so much better than game 1 when Kin is on the mid lane, and also Fly on the top lane. He's just playing for his life, and those engages with TP flank is just out of my mind. Like, that was huge engage. He's so good at top lane as well, right?
The top lane Fly, he's just so amazing. I mean, that first teleport wasn't, wasn't the greatest, but I mean, his team had already kind of cleaned them up at that point. So, but that teleport, absolutely, and obviously his play around the Rift Trail was really flashy and cool. So, in goes aiming. Immediate exhaust comes in, plus teleport, and now aiming with no flash is just going to straight up die. Really not sure about that one, especially when you don't have your flash, and Keen has his teleport that's just straight up summoner advantage, and the aiming trying to make the play looks a little bit foolish.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing that I was talking about before the game, the mentality. They're not stable as a team, so that was so emotional. As you mentioned, they were not thinking about the summoner's advantage, but yeah, I mean, these engage.
Look at this.
Oh, man. Huge.
So dirty.
I mean, it's Fly on the top lane, by the way. Like, he performs so much better.
Best top lane Gragas LCK.
Yeah, it's confirmed. I mean,
well,
just going into Taric, who has exhaust, is not working that well, and also there is mid lane TP as well. So, I mean, everything is just not working out for KT, but at the same time, focus is kind of lost from KT. Like, everything seems just falling down.
Yeah, it's hasn't been the best look from KT here in this series. Spirit is going to put his big bear body in the mid lane and say, well, this is our mid lane now. KT, they did pick up Shirley, so they're looking for this bottom turret. Should be able to get that and give some gold over the side of aiming. Definitely very much needed after the way that this game has been going.
Yeah. I mean, even in the late game, there is Taric who prevents the Yasuo all-in potential. So I think everything is just working out for Afreeca Freecs. And yeah, I mean, their structure is even better. Like they know like how to build up the fight and vision control. And I think it's just strongly coming from Keen's mid lane prior, and his knowledge about the lane pressure is like helping so much for Afreeca Freecs, and it seems so much better than game 1, because even though Afreeca Freecs won the game 1, it was sloppy and kind of Resident Sleeper game because the timing was kind of off. Like I was thinking that Afreeca Freecs could have better timing when it comes to the objective control, but they gave up so much during the mid game. But this time around, like it seems so much better, right?
Yeah, really gotta hand it to them. Certainly, game number 2 looks even cleaner, and they've got a nice healthy lead. It's not anything too insane at this point. As Bono, this is pretty unfortunate at this point in time. He's just gonna get shredded to pieces there, and I'm not sure exactly how they knew he was there. Maybe he was clearing out a ward and he just started his recall before the vision fully faded out. Definitely had that happen to me before. But either way, they knew exactly where he was, able to easily take him down. And unfortunately, this is what happens when the Nidalee gets behind and goes for some risky plays, some coin flipping, and doesn't get away with it.
Oh yeah, definitely. The structure was kind of destroyed by himself from bonus early game play, so there's no excuses. But at the same time, it was really great defending plays by Afreeca Freecs. So yeah, if they can snowball this game cleanly, then I'm strongly just saying that Keen is the top 3 mid laner in LCK.
Well, I don't know. We'll see some other games against some other teams.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll play mid against Faker.
Yeah, who knows?
We could see that in the next series if Afreeca make it through. And well, Sohan in a pretty unfortunate spot, but he is Wukong, able to just get out of there, has some support from his teammates. Spears not really doing much at this point. Bono, I think, probably just wants to go support build and try to heal aiming, or Sohan, or something like that at this point. And everybody's kind of just grouped up in the top side as the Ocean Drake is live, which is kind of interesting. Generally, you would see the teams grouping up around that Drake, but nobody making a move towards it just yet.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's Afreeca Freecs' Drake, right? They can never contest when the item difference is this kind of huge. So KT's just try to earn some times for their items, because obviously they have some late game potential with this Yasuo and Senna and Azir. So yeah, I mean, they can say they have the late game insurance, but it seems like Afreeca Freecs, they just want to keep snowball this game. Maybe they're not even thinking about the 4th Drake potentially. Because, yeah, I mean, if they are thinking about it, they should snowball and just take the Drake faster enough. But, yeah, I mean, they just want to push the turret.
Priorities, I guess. It's they might just win the game before they get 4 Drakes anyway.
Oh,
so
yeah.
maybe they're saying, well, let's accelerate that rather than trying desperately to go for the dragons straight on time. Still should be able to pick them up, even if it takes them a little bit longer than expected. We'll have to wait and see what guys like Kuro can do. Mystic coming in here. Exhaust going to be used. Plus the knock-up as, here we go, Cosmic Radiance comes in and Spirit says, hello, my good friends. Let me tell you about Volibear. That's what he wanted to say, but he did get a bunch of flashes away from the side of KT, and even though no kills were taken down, certainly some value to the side of Afreeca.
Oh yeah, and there is no vision on Nashor right now, so can they actually try Nashor with Azir here? I think they're doing it right now.
They're doing it.
Oh.
And it should be spotted, I would imagine. Oh.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe not. No, I guess not.
So yeah.
It's skirted like the outside of it. They're just going for it, man. I think they're definitely going to get it. There's zero vision. And the Scryer's Bloom misses, and Keen is going to be kicking himself for this one when he sees the replay, because that will go the way of KT at 21.5 minutes. A pure robbery, theft here in this game as KT steal away the Baron.
Oh yeah, I was curious about the vision control because it was only blue wards on the Nashor side, and even though Afreeca Freecs pushed them out, they actually moved towards the bot side for some reason when there is nothing on the bot side, right? So it was really interesting rotation by Afreeca Freecs, but at the same time KT, they picked up the chance and that was lucky at the same time, so it worked out. The vision control before the team fight, that helped out.
Certainly did, and this was not meant to happen. This is absolutely not. We'll see what KT can get done with it. Obviously, it takes it off the map for a good I guess it's more than 5 minutes, but certainly off the map for quite a while. And you see Keen is always threatening on the side there, just saying, you know, this side lane is going to be mine, absolutely. 3-0-5, he's already got 2.5 items here, 22 minutes. And just having a really fun time. You see Fly playing the weak side really perfectly, hasn't done anything much, you know, he's just chilling down there.
This guy.
Having a good time.
I mean, I'm not even joking, by the way, like his top lane positioning is so much better. It's working out, man.
I would have to agree.
I mean, he's
and obviously he's playing a good Gragas, which is something that works.
우리
I think better even in the
풀마다
top
그냥 다
side.
먹어줘. 그냥 먹고 싶은 사람 다 먹어. 다 줄게.
clear the
물먹으러
top side jungle. That's from Spirit.
이제 우리 다음 오브젝트 탑파우다 얘들아 이제.
Next objective is the top turret, and they were like not even aware about the Nashor vision at all. So yeah, that was the communication from Afreeca Freecs.
Yeah, and Spirit was just like, take everything.
Yeah.
Everything is yours.
Yeah, I mean, that was funny part, right? Like, by
Yeah.
the way, Keen, you can take whatever you want on the top side, by the way. And
Yeah, you can take the jungle,
Yeah.
you can take the lane. How about the bottom side jungle as well? Whatever you want.
yeah.
You can farm it.
I mean, I agree. Like, after 15 minutes, I think jungle camps are not junglers. I think it's laners. And because of the level difference is so, like, important when it comes to the damage dealer, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, especially when you're playing like a tank jungler who, you know, he gets a couple items. He's pretty tanky. Unless he's going to go for like some supportive items and really wants to rush those out.
Yeah.
If it's not that case, then, you know, just sit back, get the gold over to your carries, essentially. Don't mind it.
Fly.
Spirit is really scary.
Yeah.
He's just getting straight in the face of Tucson. Not sure if he's got the damage. Nearly sniped out there, but the heal does come in from the Nidalee to save his life.
Yeah. And for some reason, Fly was in base for 30 minutes when he had no TP. For some reason, yeah. Maybe because of the item. Maybe he was waiting for TP, but yeah. Like, I was thinking that maybe Fly was looking for TP flank, but he had no TP. Really interesting moves from Fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, Afreeca Freecs is pushing them down through their jungle, using their advantage, and I don't think they're gonna let them have another Drakes in this game.
No way. I think that KT, if they're going to get a Drake, it's going to be a steal, and that's about it. You can see that, by the way, I was asking about, you know, what kind of build Fly was going to go for. He has gone for AP. Is, though, going for some defensive stats, because he did pick up Glacial Shroud. Here is this Ocean Drake being sniped down by the side of Afreeca. Bono not even going to get close to that one, so it didn't look like he was trying to force a smite steal or anything like that, and that will just be straight up 2 Ocean Drakes now over to the side of Afreeca as they rotate over and try to deny a lot of this vision.
Oh, yeah. I mean, KT, even though they got the Nashor, I think that's only for the delay. I don't think the team fight is changed at all, but yeah. Aiming, he got the 2 cores, main 2 cores for Yasuo, 100% crit, and better crit damage with IE, so maybe KT has chance right now. The item difference is not that huge at this timing. When it comes to like 3rd item and 4th item, then it can be really huge, but this time around, even though the gold difference is like around 3k, the item is still similar. So I think for right now, KT can look for the team fight. But my question is, how?
You've got some options with Wukong and Azir, but Azir is kind of like reactive within a team fight,
Yeah.
right? We see BDD, he's not really the one that, you know, forces engages by himself. So he waits for exact right moment to get a couple of people out of position and then sweep them in sometime within the team fight. Wukong can do it, but he can't really do it alone.
Yeah.
And if he's got Yasuo following up right away, I feel like they're too far behind to just, like, you know, one-shot a backline. They'd have to catch out one specific person.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, it's not going to be easy.
And I think KT, they shouldn't look for engages. And I think they should look for disengage. And after that, they can look for the engage because they have so many dashes, like so many disengage tools from Afreeca Freecs. So I think just engaging on them and looking for 5v5 is not like positive. So yeah, they should just look for, I mean, wait for their mistakes from them. And yeah, still like level difference is a thing, right? So.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's not really, it's actually not really present, actually. I think
true,
KT have the advantage through the jungle somehow. Bono, after going 0-4, is 2 levels ahead of Spirit, who stopped farming his own jungle.
Yeah. He's giving up every single thing, and yeah, after the push out on the blue side jungle, actually Afreeca Freecs is not doing that much. And it seems like they're just giving so much time for KT right now, even though they could snowball even harder with this advantage. And finally, Nashor is up, so they can just zone them out with the vision control because they can definitely win the fight because they got the lead. But it can be really coin flip as well because they got the item right now. The timing is ready for KT.
Yeah, and we'll see if they actually do go for it here. If the engage comes in, the culling is just gonna destroy Tucson. Where did his health bar go? That was insane. As Fly, another crazy engage. How does this man keep doing it? As the Cosmic Radiance comes in and there is not much hope. Not really sure what that was, Kuro. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
As the rest of his team was just backing away. That fight did not have much hope. And KT, still with 0 kills, Afreeca pick up the Baron and 1 more.
Yeah, the game went a little bit sloppy again, but yeah, like after that they just built up the structure right again. And I mean, Fly, this guy is just insane on this Gragas top lane.
He's so good. I want to see him up on Ornn in game 3, man.
Oh yeah.
I want to see them do it.
And I want to see Keen playing Zoe as well.
Oh man.
That's my dream. But anyways, it seems like Afreeca Freecs, they're just pushing 2 inhib turrets at the same time.
Yeah, they don't really care anymore. They're like, actually, we're done with this game, guys. They're kind of taking, you
Oh?
know, okay, they get the tornado here onto Keen, and finally they're going to get this guy, but the rest of the team is just so damn strong. I'm not sure if they've got it in here. Fly sacrificing himself. Great timing there on the stopwatch, but might just go down as the damage does come in. But it doesn't matter. Again, he was the sacrifice. Although Kuro is going to get a nice job done there, but Spirit able to shut him down. As now Kuro, in a rough spot, just gets slapped by the Bear Claws. And that should be game number 2. Going the way of Afreeca. By the way, triple kill to the Taric. As Ben, I think he had also a fantastic game.
Yep.
Definitely deserved it here, as they will take down the turrets and the Nexus for game number 2.
Oh yeah, those 2 tanky guys are just hitting the turret right now, so it's a little bit slower, but it doesn't matter. Afreeca Freecs is gonna take the win, and it was way cleaner than game 1. And I want to see more of these strat from Afreeca Freecs because it fits so well for them.
Yeah. Oh man. We saw Afreeca unleashed, perhaps. That was really cool to watch. And who knows? I mean, we'll have to wait and see if we get anything like that as Keen really popping off with his mid priority with the mid Lucian. We know that he can play Lucian, and him being in the mid lane just allowed him to have so much more power and effect over the early game, especially because it went the way it did. And Fly, I think if we had to give player the game, I think you would agree we would have to give it over to Top Fly and his engages.
That is true. I mean, even though there is no POG in this regional qualifier, like I would definitely say that Fly was like landing so many critical engages on enemy teams, and that was really needed for Afreeca Freecs. And I mean, the way how they used early game mid prior was way cleaner. So I mean, I just want to see more of these role swaps. And yeah, I mean, I'm wondering what KT's thinking right now, because even though they got substitutes in with Kuro and so on, the game was not changed at all. Like, their bot lane was trying, but at the end they were like not having a good performance again. And also the top side, there was no timing for their top side at all, because yeah, I mean, it was so one-sided.
Yeah, I mean, Kuro and so on really didn't even get much of an opportunity to do anything in this game. It was really nice plays by Ben as well. Got to shout him out. Had a couple of really fantastic dazzles, and even the decision to go for the Taric we discussed in the draft was really intelligent and worked out very nicely. And you can see here Fly, some perfect engages, knocks Sowan away, and also knocks Bono in. So gets the 2-4, and then the follow-up there with the body slam was pretty insane.
Yeah,
so.
And this one as well. 3-man E flash. Oh man, that was so clean.
Well, we need to see him do this again in Game 3. Although, do we really need to? I feel like Afreeca is playing so much better right now than KT. And KT, we've seen many emotional plays. I think Bono had not the best game here in game number 2, aiming with some whoopsies as well. And yeah, this is just bullying at this point. Poor Italy just trying to go back, but not able to do much.
That was lucky Nesher right there, but yeah, I mean, it didn't change that much. They delayed some time, but yeah, the tempo was not on KT, and the team fight was so much better from Afreeca Freecs. And look at how use their like advantage, especially from Keen, and also Fly landing another superior engage with Top Gragas is like blowing my mind right now.
He was born to play Top Gragas.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. And here was the one moment where we're like, okay, you know, if KT weren't miles behind, we could see how their composition would work. But it's a little bit too little too late at this point, and so not able to do much.
Yeah.
Kuro, pretty unfortunate game for him as well. Really wasn't able to make anything happen on the Azir.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Still did the most damage.
I'm wondering if they're gonna change the players again, KT, and maybe the Ignite Graves is like ready to play again, because I mean, if you want a coin flip, then you should like do it with the coin flip player, no?
I like that idea, right? You know, just embrace who you are.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we'll go back to Xinjiao or something like that. But I think in terms of the meta, Ignite Graves would be quite nice. Aiming didn't do anything in this one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The laning phase didn't look so bad, but just, you know, after that it was just like, ugh. Just kind of sat there and didn't really do anything. So KT will have to reimagine their drafts for game number 3. But first, guys, a break. We'll be right back.